So guys, in this video, I'm going to tell you guys how you can select the best fire button size and position for your device after the new update. If you guys watch until the end of this video, I'll tell you guys the fire button size and position that I'm currently using to get back-to-back headshots. First, I'll tell you guys how you can select the best fire button size for your device. Now, you guys might have seen that a lot of pro players and YouTubers use different sizes of fire buttons. But the question is, does the fire button size really matter? My answer to this question is yes, but at the same time, no. So let me explain. When selecting the best fire button size for your device, there are three factors that you have to consider. The first factor is the device RAM. So as you guys know, there are two types of devices, the low-end devices and the high-end devices. For high-end devices, the fire button position matters a lot, but the fire button size doesn't matter that much. The reason that I say this is because the high-end devices have high levels of sensitivity. Now for the low-end devices, the fire button size and the position are very important. As you guys know, low-end devices have a very low sensitivity, so you'll need more space to drag. Now if you make the fire button a lot bigger in a low-end device, your drag space will decrease. So now since you need more space to drag in a low-end device, it's better to make the fire button a bit smaller. But guys, when you're making it small, don't make it too small because you might have mistouch problems. So guys, the next factor that's important when determining your fire button size is your display size. So as you guys know, there are big display phones and small display phones. So let's say you have a small display phone. If you make the fire button a lot bigger in a small display phone, you won't have enough space to drag. So if you have a small screen display phone, make sure to make the fire button size a little bit smaller. Now for big display phones, you can keep the fire button in a normal size range. I'll tell you guys the size range after I explain the third factor. Now the third factor that's important when determining your fire button size is your thumb size. Now if you have a small thumb finger, it's not much of a problem. But if you have a big thumb finger, keep other buttons such as the crouch button and the jump button a little bit away from the right fire button. The reason that I say this is because if you have a big thumb finger, you might accidentally press on these buttons, so make sure that you keep them a little bit far away from the right fire button. Now the best fire button size range that I would recommend is to keep the fire button in between the range of 40 to 60. The reason that I recommend you guys this size range is because a lot of pro players and YouTubers keep their fire button in this size range. The fire button size that I personally use is also in this size range. The fire button size that I use is 54. Another good way to find the best fire button size for your device is to keep your thumb finger on the right fire button. After you keep the thumb finger on the right fire button, you can adjust the size of the fire button according to your thumb finger. So now let's talk about the best fire button position for your device. The fire button position is more important than the fire button size. So now I'll tell you guys the best fire button position for low-end devices and high-end devices. So first let's start with the high-end devices. So if you have a high-end device, you don't need a lot of space to drag. Now since you don't need a lot of space to drag, you can place the fire button in the middle like this. Now for low-end devices, as I said earlier, you will need more space to drag, so keep the fire button in the bottom like this. Now a big mistake that players do is that they bring the fire button fully down into the bottom. Now when you bring the fire button down into the bottom like this, it will be hard for you to do tricks such as the rotation drag and the down up drag. So make sure to keep a little bit of space when you're placing the fire button in the bottom. Now you can click on this video if you guys want to learn tricks such as the rotation drag and the down up drag. In this video, I teach you guys how to do 8 types of drag methods in Free Fire.